Yesterday, NASCAR announced an L2 penalty for the 6 car from RFK Racing. NASCAR brought the 12th place finishing Atlanta car to R&D following the race and found an illegal modification to the rear body panel. NASCAR penalized the team and Brad Keselowski 100 driver points, 100 owner points, 10 playoff points, as well as a 4-race suspension for crew chief Matt McCall, along with a $100,000 fine. Josh Sell, an engineer on the 6 car, will serve as crew chief this weekend in Austin. RFK released this statement. In connection to the penalties announced yesterday by NASCAR, we have filed a notice of appeal and look forward to the opportunity to work through the process. So, Larry, what do you make of all of this? What's going on here with RFK?
Yeah, so with the next-gen car, there's about 30 parts and pieces that are from a single-source supplier. And it ranges from everything from the transaxle to the hubs and uprights to all the body panels. And the rule is, short and simple, you get those from the supplier, you bolt them on your race car. You don't alter them, you don't change them, you don't work on them, you don't do anything. And I guess when they took the 6 car back to the R&D center, it wasn't like they just were suspecting something on the 6 car. I guess they found that something in one of the rear body panels had been manipulated, and that's why this came down. The reason they were not DQ'd, this had nothing to do with post-race inspection. When those cars leave the racetrack, post-race inspection is over, but NASCAR randomly takes cars back to the R&D center, kind of for their own benefit, to learn what teams are doing, learn what teams are working on. They're learning about this new car as well, and that's when they found that. That's why no DQ, the penalties that were put out there. Now, L2, that's a penalty. It's listed. And in the money, the fine, all the suspension, actually it was at the bottom side of the window of the L2 penalty.
Yeah, and Larry, I would say there was a lot of hundreds in there, $100,000, 100
there
points,
sure
100
was,
points,
yeah.
right? So, but, I think as a driver, and especially in Brad as an owner now, he's got to put this behind him. He's got to get his group rallied together, get his crew and say, listen, that's behind us in the rearview mirror. We don't know what the outcome's going to be yet, but at this point in time, what a mountain to climb. He might have to win that race to get the playoffs because that 100 points might linger on until later in the season. So tough challenges for him, but it's all in the mirror now.
Speaking of moving on, they're going to Circuit of the Americas, Austin, Texas this weekend. Bobby, what do you expect out of the track and the